One of the personal attributes that I think make me successful as a therapist are my flexibility, my ability to see things from multiple points of view, the ability to empathize with my client, and the ability to be able to not take some of these problems home. We're dealing with some significant issues, and if you personalize it too much, you're going to burn out. So the ability to be able to be there, be present with the client, the child at the moment, but be able to go home and be present with your child and wife. A normal day for me in private practice is, every day is different. My schedule is different every day. I can work when I want to, but the downside of that is you don't get paid. So I would say the normal day for me is I wake up, play with my child, help my wife get out the door, and then maybe I'll check my calendar and see what time I have to get up for clients. Sometimes I have clients from 8 to 8. Sometimes I have clients from noon to 8. Sometimes I just have some clients in the morning and some in the evening. So that's just the way it is for me right now. Probably work about 40, 50 hours a week, but there really is no normal day. Once I come to the office, I'm here doing something 24/7. I'm either attending to clients, scheduling, answering emails, trying to email people about marketing opportunities, finding ways to advertise myself in the practice here. So there's just always something to do. There's never a dull moment. The hardest part of my job, I would say, is self-care. As a counselor, being able to take care of yourself when you're attending and being present for so many difficult situations, difficult diagnoses that you're dealing with. Being able to take care of yourself is something that you really have to be intentional about. So it's difficult to find time. Sometimes you will get in the habit and get in the day-to-day routine, and you'll forget to find time to take care of yourself. And I think that is something that every counselor needs to be aware of.
Perfect.
Wow, there are so many different types of tough cases. So, I've dealt with many different children, adolescents, teenagers that have presented with suicidal ideation, and so we have to assess, is this a significant threat, clear and present danger to them or not? And when I handle that, I've got to do my best to make sure that I am bringing in all the resources possible. If that means I have to refer them to an inpatient facility, then that's something that I would have to do. Another tough case, it seems like all of these days we're dealing with a lot of high conflict divorces. So dealing with two parents that don't see eye to eye, that have difficulty collaborating and parenting their child is very difficult. And for me, I have to continue to check my own biases, make sure that I'm not aligning too much with one parent over the other, make sure that I'm very careful about what I say because I know that it could be used in court. And really try to be there and present as an outside resource that is neutral to help the child, because that's who my client is. So those are always really tough cases. The best part of what I do is the relationships. The relationships with my coworkers, the relationships with parents of children that come in, and the relationships I have with the children. Getting to see them grow. A lot of times in therapy, things will go well, and then you check in with a child, and it seems like, gosh, they've grown up out of nowhere. And to be, whether it's significant or an insignificant, but just a part of the child's life is extremely rewarding. Oh, what advice would I have for students? I'm trying to think back from when I was in grad school, what I would like to hear. Um, being in private practice, there is a business aspect of this. So you have to learn to be comfortable with yourself, confident, be able to market yourself. I always told myself in the beginning, fake it till you make it. You have to be able to, even though you are new and a beginner, realize that you are a professional and that to many people you are an expert and you're a resource that they're using to help themselves. So you've got to continue to help yourself and tell yourself that you're a professional, that you are an expert, and that you have a lot to offer. So making sure that you don't drown too much and that you can keep your head above water too. Another thing that would help me, at least when I was getting into the field, is realizing that I'm not going to be able to fix every problem. That if I can help a child grow 2%, 5%, if I can help a child deal with a difficult situation, I'm not going to be able to save them. It's not my job to be a superhero, it's my job to just be an ear for them. So that's something that in the beginning I struggled with. I saw something I thought was wrong and I wanted to get in there and fix that problem. Well, sometimes that's going to overstep bounds and you're not going to be able to be as good of a counselor for that child as you'd like because maybe the parents don't want to bring them to counseling anymore. So you've got to learn that you're an expert, you're a professional, but you are human too.